I'm Johnny Vegas, and you're listening to KopTalk with Dunk. And all you other Liverpool sites, just stop embarrassing yourself, alright?
Yo, what up? This your boy Smooth, straight from New York. You're listening to KopTalk Podcast. Remember this, you never walk alone, but if you fuck with us, you walk with a limp.
Good morning. It's turned out nice again. Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Monday the 26th of June, 2023, and you are listening to the KopTalk Podcast in association with footballclubshares.com. Did you have a good weekend? I had a great weekend. Oh, I did. I can't say too much on here, you know what I'm saying? Hey, but I've got these new things now, right? It's called Twitter subscriptions, at Duncan Oldham and at KopTalk on Twitter. If you subscribe to either of them, you're getting even more LFC stuff, and that's true, it's true. Listen, right, especially like on at Duncan Oldham, that's separate to the KopTalk stuff, right? You know what I mean? But I do have an opinion on Liverpool football, no shit, right? So I've been getting stuck in a little bit to some of these ITKs and journalists because I can retweet their shit to my subscribers on there. On that Duncan Oldham, for example, and it's a private environment. Do you know what I mean, guys? I know you think I'm just peddling shit onto you, but it doesn't matter. You know, you can be a KopTalk member through Twitter now. There's all sorts of ways of supporting the site. Depends what you like. If you like Twitter, it's perfect. If you like YouTube, you go to YouTube. You know, KopTalk TV. If you like the podcast, you can be a KopTalk member on the podcast now. Look at the tiers, right? KopTalk member. So there's all these different ways. So some people, you know, support, you know, more than one or whatever. But listen, so I'm the at Duncan Oldham, right? Personally, I might have put a couple of videos out on there last night to tell you what I was up to. So, but listen, those of you that do support the Twitter stuff because it's brand new, right? I really do appreciate it. Don't think that takes anything away from the members website, which we should call the VIP members website. It doesn't take anything away from the podcast. It doesn't take anything away from KopTalk TV. It's just a different way. So if I've got something really juicy, it's going on the VIP members website. I'm going to share it on YouTube, Patreon, Twitter. Do you get me drift? Facebook, to the people that support me. So just in case you're a bit confused, you can be a KopTalk member via Twitter, via YouTube, via Facebook, via Patreon. It's just a way that I'm doing things moving forward. And it's separate to the KopTalk VIP members website. That's a separate thing. Anyway, I hope you enjoy it. If you are one of the people that have, you know, joined the subscriptions on that KopTalk, then great. You know, you're a KopTalk member, you know, now, and that's really, really cool. And you'll get lots of Liverpool stuff on there. But my personal one at Duncan Oldham is, you know, personal things, but a bit of LFC as well. So thanks to those of you that have, you know, signed up and supported me that way. And I've got to be honest, you're always going to expect that with KopTalk, right? I'm always going to get people, because people are interested in that. But the at Duncan Oldham one on Twitter, I feel like them people are like, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just feel very humbled, and it's very nice because they're there not just for Liverpool. So thanks, guys. I had to touch on it. Did you have a good weekend? So, yeah, exactly. At Duncan Oldham, subscribe. It's called the Church of Dunk. Seriously, it is. Go to www.thechurchofdunk.com and you'll see what I mean. No, I had a great weekend. We did Saturday night streaming, and it was brilliant. You guys contributed. We had Miserable Martin. We had Shauno's world famous quiz with all the regulars in. It was fucking great. Honestly, guys, I have never been so happy with the KopTalk stuff and community. We're going to have a look at some Liverpool news, see what's in the news. It's very quiet at the moment, as you know. And I'm going to load up my my Twitter account, actually, and look at some of the things that you know, I've put out, if you like, because it might jog my memory a little bit. You know, Il Tempo, I think it is, in Italy, you know, saying that Liverpool are ready to offer 80 million euros to sign Barella. That's just nonsense, you know. Why would you, do you know what I mean? Like, Liverpool like Barella. When we say Liverpool, we mean Jurgen Klopp. But the club doesn't like the fee, the valuation. And then there's also like La Gazzetta dello Sport. They're saying Liverpool have chosen Osimhen, you know, and prepare an offer to sign him. Apparently Napoli want 180 million euros for the Nigerian, right? Do I really need to like even explain that one to you guys? You know, so there's some absolute nonsense at the moment. on social media. It's extremely quiet. I have done videos, explaining why I think that is. Oh no, actually, I'm going to rephrase that. Why that could be. You've got a new sporting director, and the same people, the journalists, the clique that had access to Julian Ward won't have access to him yet. Maybe in official capacity at press conferences and things, but is anyone close to him yet? It's not possible. So that could be a reason why you're not seeing much at the moment. And also, obviously, there is this football tournament underway, etc., etc. I believe, as frustrated as I am, that there is stuff going on behind the scenes. It's just exceptionally quiet. You may have seen some claims by the journalist. His username is @DMLynch. Someone put a tweet out, for example, saying, "Guys, DM Lynch is a great journalist." And I retweeted that to my subscribers on @Duncan Oldham and @KopTalk. This is the kind of stuff I'm touching, and I've put, he really isn't. And, I'm pulling these fuckers up, guys. David, pay no attention to David Lynch. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying that anything he says is nonsense, but people I know, they're just of the opinion that he's no better than a Twitter ITK taking shots in the dark, stating the obvious and going with the majority view. Zero sources, in my opinion. So, a lot of nonsense going round at the moment, guys, and we're just going to have to be patient. In terms of Kefren Thuram, I don't think anything's changed on that front. I really don't. We've got Fabrizio Romano. Let's have a look. He was saying, basically something along those lines. I think I might put a video out about that today. I can't remember. I don't think anything, has changed with regards our interest. Do you know what I mean? So, I know Twitter ITKs and blogs and shit and newspapers, they'll just tell you something new every day and put it in a different order. I just think Liverpool have got interest in him and the way, and he's gone quiet. I draw parallels to the Thuram interest and the McAllister interest. Is it because this is the way George works? Maybe something will fall in place later. I'm cool as a cucumber about it. I'm still quite confident that will go through, but I don't know. Nobody knows. So we just got to wait and see. Now, Fabrizio Romano also said something today, which is something that is not new, but let's just see if it's true. Understand, Liverpool asked conditions of Romeo Lavia deal. They're in the race. Arsenal working on this deal for 15 days. No official bid from both clubs yet. Man United and Chelsea monitoring the situation, but not in active talks yet. That's within the last hour, but it's not new. We know that Liverpool made that approach regarding Romeo Lavia and have not followed up on it. So, I don't actually see anything wrong with what Fabrizio Romano's saying here, because I think he's just providing, look, nothing's changed kind of thing. I think it would have been better if he'd have said, nothing's changed. But there you go. So everybody's clutching, trying to find some news. Let's just see if there is anything fresh. I mean, Liverpool are said to be showing strong interest in Rennes winger Jeremy Doku. That's been claimed by the media. And that his current club will not sell for less than £42.8 million. And obviously he was linked with Liverpool a while back. And it's claimed the Belgian is, back on the Reds' radar. I don't believe that at the moment. I've got to be honest with you. Nobody credible is saying that. But I want you to know that nobody credible is actually saying anything at the moment, guys. I should be on here saying, there's stacks of stuff going on at the background that I can't tell you about. It's top secret. But there's nothing. It's very, very quiet. But that, I think, will change very soon. Diaz, it's been announced that he will wear the number 7 shirt from next season. Obviously, he's been wearing 23, but he's now gone for the number 7. And if you've purchased, next season's home shirt with the old number on, then you will be reimbursed and offered a new, shirt or whatever featuring the Colombian's new number. And apparently, he's footing the bill for that. So that'd be interesting. I don't know if that's true or not. Robbie Keane's been appointed as the new manager of Israeli side Maccabi Tel Aviv. Can you believe that? That's interesting. I don't know. I mean, I feel like I want to say I can't imagine that being a huge success, but you never know. Someone's got to start somewhere. What else have we got? Liverpool reportedly turned down the chance to recruit Ivan Ndicka prior to the centre-back's recent move to Roma. It was Fabrizio Romano who claimed that the Reds were offered the player but decided against the deal. Well, we know that, don't we? Yeah, if you follow my content, we know that. We sniffed around, but ourselves and many other clubs, in fairness, cooled because of the numbers that were involved in that case. What else we got? Roberto Firmino. He's been linked with a possible move to Saudi Arabia. I did a video on this today. I would like to see that happen because I'd like to see all the top Reds having a nosebleed. Haravenberg, what's the latest on him here? According to the media, I would say nothing's changed. I think Liverpool have got that stacked if they want to push it through, personally. I think Liverpool know they could make that happen. And anyway, but apparently to El Nacional, Klopp is looking to take advantage of the player situation after being convinced that he will slot into the red system with ease. Basically nothing. It's regurgitated nonsense, guys. So let's skip it. Let's have a look at today's mainstream media gossips. Manchester United have tabled a bid of £77 million for Leipzig's Josko Gvardiol, 21, with the Croatian defender described as Pep Guardiola's dream player. That's Sky Sport Germany. The Athletic say Villarreal Senegal forward Nicholas Jackson, 22, is set to seal a €35 million, which is £30 million, move to Chelsea after completing a medical at the club on Sunday. In Spain, Mikel Arteta says he is happy at Arsenal and has played down reports linking him with PSG, while the Mail say Arsenal are continuing talks over a deal for the 22-year-old Ajax Netherlands defender Jurrien Timber. The Mail also say that Saudi Pro League side Al Hilal want to sign Jamaican winger Damara Gray, 26, from Everton, with negotiations planned for next week. And Fabrizio Ramo has said, that El Ahly are in talks with Brazil forward Roberto Firmino. The Saudi Pro League club are waiting for the former Liverpool player's final decision. Romano says that Al Nassr are hoping to wrap up a deal for Chelsea's Morocco winger Hakim Ziyech, 30, early this week, making him the fourth player to leave Stamford Bridge for Saudi Arabia this summer. Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag will allow 11 players to leave Old Trafford this summer as he bids to raise more than £100 million to transform his squad, or help transform his squad. That's in the Mirror. While ESPN say United are looking at Ajax's Ghana midfielder Mohamed Kudus, 22, and Utrecht's USA international Taylor Booth, 22, after failing to make progress with Chelsea over a deal for Mason Mount. The Athletic, United have also made contact with 28-year-old Juve and France midfielder Adrien Rabiot's representatives over a proposed move to the club. The Guardian, Bayern Munich boss Thomas Tuchel is keen to reunite with England midfielder Mount, 24, who he used to manage at Stamford Bridge. Football Insider, absolute garbage. They say Liverpool are set to rival Tottenham for Netherlands defender Micky van der Ven, 22, who is open to leaving Wolfsburg this summer. Record in Portugal say that Turkey midfielder Arda Güler, 18, is attracting interest from Arsenal, Liverpool, Real Madrid and Benfica after catching the eye with Fenerbahce. Athletic, Gerardo Tata Martino, who has previously managed Lionel Messi at Barcelona and Argentina, could become his coach for a third time. Martino has held talks to take over at the 36-year-old Argentine's forward new club Inter Miami. And finally, Fulham have made an approach to sign USA forward Brendan Aronson, 22, on loan from Leeds United, and that is in the Mail. Now, I'm just looking to see, I don't think there's been a great deal of videos on KopTalk TV. Today's touched on Roberto Firmino, the fact there's crazy Reds, nothing really exciting there, to be honest. Gabri Vega, we've already touched on that. I think we've touched on that. Fabrizio saying that Liverpool have, no change. Basically, that's an easier way of announcing that. There's nothing on KopTalk TV, guys. And if we were to go onto the VIP members website, where I'd love you all to join me, and everyone that's on there, they're talking about Nicolo Barella, where we know that that's not happening at the moment because of the costs, and they're also talking about Osimhen as well, costs. So some of these are absolutely, just ridiculous claims that are being made by the media at the moment. We will look at an email that I got from Jay Gara. Let me just log in, Jay. Actually, I don't know what my password is. Liverpool. There we go. I'm only joking. Let's have a look. Let's log into my email account. Jay Gara. There he is. Hi, Dunk. Hope you're well. Just thought I'd contribute to the podcast since I haven't done it in ages, and while it's quiet. I'm happy that Liverpool have got McAllister in early, and it's a great start to the summer with signing potentially a world-class player for 35 million plus add-ons. So all positive stuff there, but my doubts are starting to creep in, as I remember we were run by FSG, and this is what they do. They sign a player early, and then they are linked with loads of other exciting players and make stupid bids knowing full well that it's going to get turned down. I know it's early in the summer and there's a lot of time to get business done, but I can't help feeling pessimistic that Liverpool is only going to bring in one team player, a load of kids that will only play in the first team a handful of full times before moved on, or go raid Southampton or possibly Leicester in some bottom-of-the-barrel deals. I'll admit I don't know a great deal about the likes of Kone, Ugarte or Thuram, and they all sound like they are third and fourth choice names they are banding about because they pulled out of the Bellingham deal and want to manage expectations and maybe just buy the cheapest one they can get. I wouldn't disagree with that too much. If Liverpool did sign another midfielder, I'd prefer it to be Gravenberch. I know he hasn't worked out from at Bayern and hasn't had much game time, but when he was at Ajax, he was brilliant and could be the perfect long overdue replacement for Wijnaldum, linking up with his fellow countrymen in Gakpo and Van Dijk. But whoever Liverpool sign, I trust Klopp to get the best out of them regardless. With being in the Europa League, Klopp will have time to bed in the new players and possibly a style of play. Fingers crossed. But in all honesty, I don't know who these owners will bring in, if anyone else. I don't get them. It must be really hard to run a football club this way, knowing full well you have the money to invest in the squad and challenge for titles by adding a few players that the manager wants, creating squad depth so the team can challenge and make supporters happy, earn money from shirt sales to invest in the squad. To be in the Champions League and having a fighting chance of winning it, be respected in the football world, making it easier for people who want to invest in the club, and have respect from the fans of the club instead of dividing them. Wanting you sell up? Fucking terrible feeling, isn't it? Sorry for them not, in capital letters. What is the point of FSG owning us? They don't seem to have any interest in the club apart from its real estate value. Yes, expanding the Anfield Road end is great and all, but it's what matters on the pitch now, not how good the ground looks. They know they are not able to compete with Man City, and now Newcastle transfer-wise, and now with the Saudis setting up their own Super League, snapping up top players over free agents, or have a year left on their contract that in years past you could get on the cheap. Where does this leave FSG? There's transfer strategy. In the fucking bin, is said here. Oh, I do apologise. That is my front door. I am disabling that. I am not going to answer the door. It'll be Amazon. So he's gone on to say, message to John Henry. He says, come on, John, please do us all a favour and chuck up the for sale side. Back up on the club and get out while you can make a profit. Also, please don't advertise the club to your friends in America. The possibilities are endless, John. With all that money, you could set up your own MLS soccer team like David Beckham and call them the Boston Cheapskates. Don't worry, John. You wouldn't have to watch them. Leave that to Linda. But let's be fair, nobody watches the MLS. You could renovate some old shit ground in Boston or whatever you want to keep your hand in the real estate side of things for commercial buddies, Spin as much bollocks as you like about the soccer team as you wish, showcasing some 14-year-old kid to become the next best thing or next big thing because you won't buy any first-team players. And you can't get away with this, as you own the paper there. If you really want, and you can get away with this, if you really wanted, you could hire James Pearce to write it and fight all your battles with the fans for you. You could reappoint Ian Ayre again to run the club and rehire Roy Hodgson. Maybe you and LeBron could team up with a new up-and-coming sports sponsor that no one has ever heard of to make your jerseys like the good old days. LeBron could do his own designs. This is your dream, John. This is what you want. You can do this all, John, if you just sell our club to someone that gives a shit about it and the fans that support it. Sincerely, Jay. And then he says, it probably didn't make sense, but just wanted to contribute regardless. Jay's done. I love Jay. He's great, man. Jay, I like Jay, man. Do you know what I mean? He's passionate, as you can tell. He's made some really good points in there. We know he's fucking having, poking some fun at these fuckers, but, he's making some really good points. And, he did. I think he did say, yeah, I know it's early in the summer, and I think that's all we can do, Jay. It's June, isn't it? But nearly July. People have been saying it's June. In a few days, it'll be July. And that doesn't leave a long, long time to conclude business. But, we went into the summer, we were promised, no, let's not say promise because that would be wrong. We were given the impression that there would be a major overhaul of the squad, a major rebuild. Then it became a overhaul or a rebuild. It went from 250 to 200 to 150 to 100 million. We are being mugged off. That's what I feel at the moment. And the worrying thing is, I think that if they time the signings right and they come in later in the window, people forget. And they'll go, oh, we signed him. Oh, that's good. And people forget. And then they'll go, well, the window's closed now. Because if they did all the business now and people went, what, is that it really? Everyone will be raging by August. So I think it makes sense to delay deals as well. I am very negative at the moment about it all. I'm a little bit worried about it, but I keep saying to myself, it's only June. So we'll have to wait and see, Jay, and see what happens. But, the vibe is that we probably won't get bigger name players than McAllister. So I don't know, guys. Listen, thanks for the email, Jay. I do appreciate any of you guys can email me anytime. They're always read out, podcast@KopTalk.com, and they make me, they put me under pressure to record an episode. Or you can go to KopTalkPodcast.com and click on contact and submit your opinions through. Let's see if there's anything else that we want to address here. No, there isn't. So let's leave it at that. We're going to give a shout out to the squad. It's very difficult to record podcasts and make videos when there's absolutely nothing to fucking talk about. So you can support this podcast. You can join the squad by going to www.KopTalkPodcast.com. And for the cost of a coffee or a drink once a month, you can become a supporter of the podcast, have all the adverts removed, and also listen to private bonus episodes when I do them. I would like to give a nod to those of you that support the podcast, the supporters. Where are you? We have Liam Buckland and James Braid. We have Wayne Brown, Vincent, who recently joined his squad. We got Tom Brown and TG. We got Simon. We got Phil Walsh, another new supporter. We have Mark Bingley in there as well, and Jimmy and Jamie and Harry and Hamza and Glyn and Aaron as well. We've then got what's called the KopTalk member, because I've changed the titles around now so it fits in. If you want to be a KopTalk member, that's a great way of doing it through the podcast. So we've got Craig Alford, we've got Tyler Dean Williams, Paul MC, Matt Meeker, we got James Lee, we got Jack Wood, we got Jack Rudgley, we got Dominic as well. He's a newbie to the podcast, a long-term supporter of mine. Thank you for joining up, Dominic. He is a KopTalk member. We've also got Dave Kelly, another newcomer as well. Thank you, Dave. We got Clint. We've got Big Wave Dave and Andrew Evans. And we've then got what's the Legends. This used to be the Royal, but it's now the Legends. The top tier is the Legend now, which is Michael Couchman, David Sutcliffe, and Adam Naylor. I do apologise with the changes, but it's so that you can become a KopTalk member on Patreon, YouTube, the Facebook page, Twitter, right? And get all the videos, all the podcasts, all the news and all that. The VIP members website is above that if people want to do it. But I think this is a good way of doing it, because it means that you guys, if your preferred platform is YouTube, you can be a member that way. Or if it's Twitter, that way. I hope it makes sense. It will do in due course. www.KopTalkPodcast.com if you want to support the podcast. Become a member, a legend, or support or whatever. All it means basically is you're really supporting me and you're getting a lot more content. That's it for today, guys. And I feel like I'm robbing you. This is only 22 minutes long. I like to be here for about an hour, but there is nothing credible to talk to you about. But I do think it will change. I would ask that you, keep the faith a little bit. We know what these owners are like. At the moment, we can't do anything about it, and let's just keep the fingers crossed. I am run down with it, but it is early window. Let's see what happens, guys. All right, chins up. Speak to you soon. Get some emails in. Give us something to talk about. Podcast@KopTalk.com. Hooray.